What's going on, everyone? Today's video goes out to all the maggots who may be watching. If you know, you know. As well as any other metal fans or hard rock fans that may be watching. This video is for you guys. I believe the ensemble needs no introduction. Today I'll be discussing heavy metal band Slipknot's latest album, this being their 7th studio album being released, entitled The End So Far. Yeah, this album takes the band's sound in a very different direction. Some of the material was written and recorded about circa 2008, as the band was back then working on material for their 4th album, All Hope Is Gone. Creatively, the band wanted to tap into other musical elements and take the project, this one, in a more experimental direction. It's something that can be felt throughout the project, and is an interesting follow-up to their last release in 2019, We Are Not Your Kind. The latest release here taps into more melodic elements, while blending different timbres and themes to present a captivating experience. This will be the band's last album release with their current record label, Roadrunner Records, which I believe helped explain the title for the project. The End So Far is a total of 12 tracks, sitting at a runtime very close to about an hour in length. And as always, I'll be offering thoughts and highlights. I've got a lot to say here, so I'm going to try to condense it and keep my thoughts as concise as possible. Of course, starting with the first, here entitled Adderall. This is a soft intro for the album. It's a rock ballad, which is an interesting choice. It begins with synth scratches and sitar plucks. Synth melodies, piano chords, drums, and bass guitar soon join as Corey Taylor introduces us to the vocal melodies. Taylor brings clean vocals to the song with no screaming or vocal fry to be heard at all on the track. I enjoy how the mix widens during the chorus sections as additional background vocals and staccato vocalizations can be heard. And thematically, this song tackles themes of addiction, as the title seems to imply. We hear Taylor sing in the opening verse, "Leather straps on stapled eyes, gotta scream to cut your ties, can't subtract from Adderall, pull you in before you fall, not as sweet as it appears, someone tell me why I'm here." Track 2 is entitled The Dying Song, Time to Sing. This song is a sucker punch to the gut as the music takes a turn for the metal-flavored production you'd expect to hear from the band. Fast-paced and heavy, this song is a whirlwind of sonic mayhem. The guitar riffs are clean and precise, and the drums hit us with high-octane rhythms that Slipknot fans are well acquainted with. I enjoy the chorus section since they switch up the sound palette. Taylor provides clean sung vocals which contrast well with his screamed vocals during the opening verse. I especially enjoy the vocal melodies here. They're catchy and fun to sing along to. After the first chorus ends, we enter an awesome instrumental section. It's a great segue for the song, packed with chugging guitar riffs and layered drums, gliding bass lines, and a tasty guitar solo. What follows is another brutal verse, which then leads into the chorus, and I enjoy Taylor's vocal fry during the verses. On the note of the theme of the song, Taylor has explained in interviews that the song is specifically about the prevalent lack of empathy, in his eyes, that exists in the world today. He was referring to the constant outrage that we see online. It's common to see the uproar on social media, for example, but solutions seem to be hard to come by. Taylor sings of the futility of trying to reason with the angry masses, as we hear during the bridge. "Think hard, you bastards. You're going to tell me why. If I don't get an answer, you're going to sing and die." I don't necessarily agree with his point of view, but I do see where he's coming from. Track 3 is entitled The Chapeltown Rag. The song kicks into a similar gear as the previous, as this was the lead single for the album. At the beginning, we're met with synth drum breaks featuring cool percussion that's pitched and played in a way that feels like melodic plucking, as if it were an acoustic guitar. Once that main electric guitar riff hits, the listener's forced to strap in for the wild ride that follows. The verse sections pound the listener with the massive percussion, nasty guitar riffs, and Taylor's screaming vocal fry. During the chorus, the song gives the listener a break, as Taylor sings with cleaner vocals there. The guitar riffs become more melodic, and their tones do complement Taylor's vocals well. The drums, however, keep the frantic energy going. The following verse shreds just like the first one did, and during that verse we've also got death metal blast beats, which bombard the listener with double kicks, rides, and aggressive snares. The bridge section switches things up a bit as Taylor adopts a different vocal delivery. It's closer to rapping as he flows on the instrumental in a shouted manner, but he does not use any vocal fry here, just straight clean shouting. This section leads us into the end of the song, and tonally we end on a tritone which can be heard in the guitars, and I think that reflects the theme of the song well, since there is no tonal resolution in the music. Lyrically, Taylor discusses the state of chaos and fear that seem to be prevalent online. This state of uncertainty and paranoia extends to the real world, as the song hints at themes of cancel culture and highlights the dangers of such a culture. As we hear Taylor shout on the second verse, "Murder another mouth before the trial," kills for the other vampires and surrogates. It's a ploy for attention and evidence. All your fucking monsters are flaws in your common sense. Do the dance while the shovels are breaking dirt. Everybody mind your fucking business or get hurt. Track 4 is entitled Yen. This song is a personal favorite because it rips. The song gets off to a quiet start with somber guitar licks accompanying Taylor's clean singing. The tone is melancholic, and once the drums come in, the music does gradually grow louder and angrier. This leads into the first chorus nearly 2 minutes into the song. It hits us with plenty of melody and aggression. And Taylor brings louder vocals here while keeping his delivery clean. There are shouted elements, and the background music keeps the energy going with the driving drums and sick chugging riffs. The subsequent verse is similar to the intro of the song, I think recontextualizing that music in an effective way. And after that, we're thrust into the chorus again, which then leads to an interesting bridge. It's a breakdown section which features a good drum solo accompanied by scratching samples. The bass guitar continues to chug forward, and we're soon slapped in the face with that massive guitar riff. It rips and leads us into the bridge section. We've got some more screaming before we hear a clean vocal section with tons of reverb in the mix that sounds really cool in context. And then after this, we hear the chorus one more time. The guitars do feel a bit different as they play an altered version of the riff, I think, and it all comes together pretty nicely. It just feels different. And thematically, this is a love song, as Taylor has explained in an interview. He dedicated this song to his wife. He sings of being consumed by an unnamed force or element, and it's clear that Taylor has no issue with submission and won't fight it. We can hear it loud and clear during the opening verse as he sings, "You're the sin that I've been waiting for. The hands around my throat, it's all I can think about. The smell of sweat and blood. I would feed you all my pleasures just to drown in all of yours." It's pretty beautiful stuff. Track 5 is entitled Hive Mind. This song continues to rip and tear as the band hits the listener with plenty of blast beats and aggression. The wispy samples at the intro set a distinct tone for the song. The electric guitar riff soon joins the mix, distorted and huge in its presence. Blast beats follow, building the music up to lead us into that main break. The guitar riff and drums fall into place as Corey Taylor screams and shouts over the music with strong vocal fry in his delivery. The verse blends into the chorus seamlessly, and I love how the melodic guitar riffs sound during the chorus. They work well when they're paired with Taylor's clean vocals. After the chorus, the music calms down a bit to give the listener some space to breathe, though the following section kicks things back into full throttle. It almost feels like grindcore due to its stiff, rhythmic movement. The tremolo on the guitars make the listener feel like they're being thrown around at frantic speeds, as if they were like a rag doll. We hear another verse and chorus with Taylor's vocals stealing the show and the musical accompaniment steadily chugging forward. We end the song with a breakdown section of sorts, with relentless energy surging until the very end. Thematically, the song seems to be about going against the grain while happily submitting to a group larger than you. The title offers a frame of reference, of course, for understanding the lyrics. As Taylor sings on the chorus, "For your own entertainment, for your own information, this hell comes to you live. And if you need some assistance, a little time to convince it, dial in this sordid, protect the hive mind." He expands on this during the bridge as we hear, "Hold on, there's a river around you. Swim hard for the other side. Don't drown despite your critics, just blow a kiss goodbye." Track 6 is entitled Warranty. The band keeps the energy going with this blend of death metal and metalcore. I especially enjoy the guitar riffs and their tones. They're the perfect blend of brutal and pleasant. The chord progression of the song and guitar riff are also really cool because of their descending movement. They're constantly moving up to down. And we get a taste of that at the beginning. We're punched in the gut with a frantic verse section. This section hits us with driving blast beats and plenty of shouting and screaming. This carries into the chorus, which features elements of call and response when you consider the structure of the lyrics. I like the short instrumental break that follows with its wild guitar solo performance, which keeps that energy all the way up. We're hit with a nasty verse and another chorus after that, keeping the high-octane groove alive. The bridge offers the listener a bit of a break as there's a filter used on the vocals to lessen the presence of Corey's voice in the mix, and the background accompaniment does calm down a bit. Taylor also provides clean singing to make that section pop even further. Thematically, this is a fun song that seems to break down that fourth wall. Taylor sings directly to the fans here and challenges their expectations of the band. He opens the song by chanting, "Isn't this what you came here for?" Taylor also refers to this metaphorical warranty and the sense of ownership that fans may feel over the band and, by extension, their music. During the bridge, he sings, "Your warranty is not a guarantee to me. Your innocence is just a pittance and naive. Contrive the controversy, sinister and plain. Upgrade the system till the virus can be sane." Naturally, the song is written from the perspective of the artist and critiques the common conception that musicians need to stick to their style, stick to their guns, whatever it is that translates to being their bread and butter. This unfortunately hinders the creative process, so it's important for the artist to reject this notion entirely if they have any hopes of evolving artistically. Track 7 is entitled "Medicine for the Dead." This song is distinct because of its swung performance and syncopated rhythms. They can lead the listener to believe that we're in a complex time signature, but in reality, it's written in 4/4 as far as I can tell, which is pretty cool. It's kind of weird. In the beginning, we're greeted with a hollow synth melody, reverse string samples, and a steady rattling sound. Afterwards, a somber guitar lick and accompanying xylophone join the mix to build up to the meat of the song. A thick chugging guitar riff and driving drum performance provide a steady metal taste for the song. The verse features clean vocals from Taylor, the soft guitar licks and tasty percussion that isn't all the way in your face. That allows for the focus to be on Corey's voice and by proxy the lyrics. The pre-chorus hits us with screaming and fat guitar riffs to match. The chorus brings back those clean vocals but still keeps the energy at 100. The second verse and chorus mirror that same energy as well. The post-chorus afterwards does switch things up, bringing back the metallic xylophone, and drums and guitars continue to chug along, eventually building towards a full breakdown section. This leads to a bridge as Taylor screams new lyrics and brings the energy back to the song full force. We hear the chorus one more time, and soon the music fades out, with ghostly vocoded vocals bringing the song to a haunting end. Though the lyrics can be vague, the song touches on themes of suffering and praying for a way out. In interviews, Taylor has explained that the song is specifically about those who experience depression. We can hear it all over the song, and I like the way he phrases it during the bridge. Taylor sings, "Where does it end? And tell me, where does it go? If evil exists, then only evil can know. When do we run, and are they letting us in? Where does it end? And tell me where to begin." Track 8 is entitled "Acidic." The dissonant synths at the beginning set the song's tone, which blends elements of blues, hard rock, and metal. The tempo of the song is slower than most Slipknot songs, which makes it feel different in terms of groove. The drums are steady with great snare fills and usage of overheads. I'm not a fan of the vocal melodies here, but I do like the usage of filters on Taylor's voice, which we can hear throughout the song. I do have to commend Corey Taylor's vocal abilities, though, as he seamlessly switches from screams with plenty of vocal fry to clean swinging in a matter of a few bars. It's a couple of seconds of time, which is an impressive usage of vocal techniques, and he's just vocally such a talented performer. Kudos to Corey Taylor. A friendly reminder that he is one of the best metal vocalists of all time. You can quote me on that. I don't care. I enjoy the guitar performances a lot. They make the song interesting, with their wild metal flair and gnarly tones. I'm specifically thinking about the guitar solos, but the same applies to the whole song. The outro calms the energy down by several notches, as Taylor delivers more clean vocals and the background accompaniment provides a warm and fluffy soundscape. Thematically, Taylor plays with metaphors to allude to everybody's mortality. The song is an homage to the band Acid Bath, and Taylor opens up the song by singing, "I'm living in a dead man's shoes, stolen coat, not much hope with these cardiac blues, and I keep forgetting I'm not a god like you. Trivialize a mirror image alive. I won't trouble you, I'm just trouble." Track 9 is entitled Heirloom. This track is a personal favorite. The band doubles down on the metal energy with this one. We open up with driving drums and scratchy guitar feedback, which thrusts us into the sick guitar riff and driving drums. The main riff might be the strongest element of the song. It absolutely rips. The verse features shouted vocals from Corey, and the musical accompaniment propels us forward. The chorus features clean vocals, and the melodies are great. The chorus is definitely one of the strongest sections of the song, and I love how the guitar riff switches up, providing a solid counter melody for Taylor's vocal melodies. The second chorus leads directly into an amazing set of guitar solos as the music aggressively breathes for a moment, and the listener is given enough time to soak it all in before hearing that chorus one more time. Thematically, Corey Taylor has confirmed that this song is about domestic abuse. It is a topic that hits very close to home, and I like how Taylor describes the experience of a survivor caught in an abusive relationship. The song revolves around surviving the experience. As we hear in the second verse, when the hurting stops and the voices drop, it means the guilt kicks in. They say they didn't mean it. They say they're going to fix it. When they yell, it means they care. Staring daggers, pressing kisses, hiding bruises. When exactly does this feel like love? Now the question begs, when you're the one who hates, what in the hell are you passing on? Track 10 is entitled Hell, stylized as H377. This tune leans into elements of heavy metal and grindcore. We can hear it throughout the song, the driving percussion and crunchy, chugging guitar riffs during the verses, which move in perfect synchronicity. The song is non-stop mayhem as Taylor screams for the whole song without any singing to be heard here. The instrumental carries a lot of the music forward with the powerful guitar riffs changing in subtle ways from one section to another. I love the way the groove of the song acts as the glue for the rhythmic movement and overall movement of the song. The chorus features a vocal refrain which helps ground the listener in terms of progression, but the energy remains at 100% all across the board. There's never any significant breaks for the listener. This song would absolutely go crazy live now that I think about it. There's also a lovely guitar solo after the third verse, which sounds awesome, though I do wish it had been a bit longer. And thematically, this song centers around accepting the simple fact that not everyone in the world will like you. I like the way Taylor speaks on this during the opening verse as he shouts, "Ain't nobody gonna cut me, corrupt me, instruct me, consequently condition your interruption to disrupt me. What's the matter with my image, the balance or the presence? Older and still blown out, follow me, I know where we're going now. I've been here for centuries, I'm a product of the system, the price you can't resist. I bless where I spit, cross the ground, get over it." And track 11 is entitled Desaad. I'd say this is a strong B-side track for the album. The driving drum rolls and hollow dissonant chords at the beginning ease the listener into this hard rock tune. I love the guitar melodies that we can hear faintly playing in the background at the beginning. They're so lovely. And the chugging guitar riffs join once Taylor begins his verse. Delivering clean vocals and simple melodies that make the song easy to identify, it is quite catchy. The instrumental has the right amount of energy so that it's not over the top, while still being flavorful. During the chorus sections, the guitar riffs become more melodic and provide strong counter melodies. Taylor delivers clean vocals for his melodies, and the drums take a step back from the aggression to kind of provide steady rhythms for the music to follow. The chorus is solid work and does work well with the verses, and there's also interesting filters thrown onto Taylor's vocals to spice up the timbre of his voice. The song grows more interesting in the second half, with a beautiful vocal melody and heavier section complete with chunky riffs and screaming from Corey. The guitar solos we hear during this section are definitely my favorite part of the song. They're just gorgeous performances here. And the outro is a bunch of dissonant and buzzing guitar feedback, ending the song on a nasty note. Thematically, this song title offers a frame of reference to understand the lyrics. It's a reference to Marquis de Sade, a French writer who was known for his philosophy regarding sex and sexuality, and was radical in the sense that he believed that all should fully embrace their desires, no matter what the implications may have been. This eventually led to him being imprisoned, since the masses believed that he was insane. I like the way Taylor describes the mental and emotional state that Desaad kind of embodied, as he sings, "Something dominating nothing. Nothing animate is something used. Fill me, wait a minute, kill me, feel me, I am the mood. Abuse, carve, I am starved for the warmth of your will and the edge of your purest thrill." And lastly, we end with track 12, aptly titled Finale. The band ends the album with a hard rock ballad, providing a sonic closing of the curtains, as it sounds similar to the opening track, but not quite the same. In the beginning, we're greeted with soft guitar plucking, a lush bowed string section, and pizzicato performance for contrast. Taylor brings clean vocals to the song, and steady drums soon join to keep things moving. The guitar riffs gradually grow until we've reached the chorus. They're melodic in their movement, and their tones sound great in the mix, not too overbearing. I enjoy the instrumental break after the first chorus. We even have a dramatic choir entering the mix to provide staccato vocalizations to further enrich the sound. After hearing another chorus and verse, we have this sick break with chugging riffs and driving drums, which lead into the bridge. After an extended version of the chorus, though, we enter a beautiful outro. The choir from previously in the song returns, this time providing sustained tones, as the soft guitars return and provide the listener with a mellow exit for this wild ride of an album. Thematically, the song offers a meta-commentary as the band members reflect on their lives and careers. It feels like a group of older guys looking back on their youth and feeling content with everything that they've done. And by extension, that applies to the present, because they continue to make music, and that really hasn't changed much over the years. As we hear in the chorus, "I know it's a shame, but I gotta stay, 'cause I like it here. I know it's the same, it happens every day, but I like it here." And then Taylor continues in the second verse, "The harder work, the darker thoughts, the ultimatums, the tangled knots, the long depressions, the shorter fuse, denominator is you." Overall, this album throws the listener onto an interesting and wild ride. We've got a blend of various metal styles and flavors of hard rock, all coming together to create a unique experience. This is not the usual sound that you'd expect to hear from Slipknot. The band leans into more experimental sounds, while taking the music in a more melodic direction. Not only vocally, but there's melodic elements to be heard in the guitars and even the percussion at some points. The band plays with interesting tonalities and chord progressions throughout the project to create a Slipknot album that truly feels like no other, not really. It's a fun album that I think will be enjoyed by any Slipknot or metal fan that's looking for something different. I don't consider the music to be groundbreaking, but it certainly is refreshing. I remember when I first heard some of the singles for this project, I immediately knew, like, there are going to be some fans that are not going to be happy with this album. But I commend the guys for doing that. I mean, apparently from the research that I did, the band wanted to release this album ever since they began working on it back in 2008. But it just kind of ended up being on the back burner. And, so many things have happened over the years. It's been a long time since 2008. So I'm just glad that the guys were able to put this album out. It is honestly an awesome project. There's so much to unpack here. There's so much that I didn't talk about here that I would love to have talked about. But I don't have all the time in the world. And if you're still watching, I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. If you've sat here and listened to me talk about Slipknot and the end so far, thank you so much. And to all the maggots who have watched this far, appreciate you guys. And the whole tribe, really, everybody. Everyone's cool. I've had the pleasure of being able to catch Slipknot live before. And I probably will be catching them again at Sick New World coming up in 2023. But anyway, if you're working on music, if you make music, or you're just enjoying new art and music that you really want to share with someone, please send that my way. And if you need feedback, constructive criticism, whatever it may be, I am more than happy to provide that to you. And with all that being said, I hope you're having a very wonderful day. Make sure to stay hydrated, keep yourself safe out there. Take care. Peace.